In the year 2432, humanity found itself in a dire interstellar conflict with the mysterious Vorlians. With defeat looming, the coalition of Terra turned to the Vanguard unit, an elite group of human mercenaries. Led by the brilliant commander Aria Voss, they were tasked with infiltrating Vorlian territory and disabling their main energy source, a mission critical to humanity's survival. The unit gathered in the briefing room aboard their spaceship, the Resolute. Commander Voss stood at the front, her expression steely and determined. "Listen up, team," she began, her voice commanding attention. "We're humanity's last hope. The Vorlians think they're unbeatable, but they haven't faced us yet." Sergeant Thane, a burly man with a no-nonsense demeanor, chimed in. "We infiltrate their territory, disable their main energy source, and get out. Easy, right?" Lieutenant Beck, the team's tech expert, smirked. "Easy. We've got the best tech, the best training, and the element of surprise. They won't know what hit them." Private Jax, the youngest member of the team, looked nervous. "I heard their defenses are impenetrable. Are we sure about this?" Commander Voss gave a reassuring nod. "Jax, we've trained for this. They underestimate us. That's their first mistake." Sergeant Thane crossed his arms, confidence radiating from him. "And their last. We're the Vanguard unit. We do the impossible." Beck leaned forward, his eyes gleaming with determination. "Remember, we have 48 hours to complete the mission and return. Failure is not an option." Jack swallowed hard, but straightened up. "I won't let you down, Commander." Voss's expression softened slightly. "Good. Let's show the Vorlians what humans are made of." With the briefing over, the team moved to the launch bay. The atmosphere was tense but charged with determination. They boarded their stealth ship, a sleek, black vessel designed for infiltration. As the ship took off, the crew settled into their roles, each one silently preparing for the task ahead. The journey to the Vorlian territory was uneventful, the silence only broken by the hum of the ship's engines. As they neared their destination, Beck monitored the ship's systems. "We're approaching Vorlian space, engaging stealth mode." Voss glanced at the team. "Everyone ready?" Chorus of affirmative responses followed. The ship slipped past Vorlian defenses. Undetected, they landed in a remote area, away from the prying eyes of the enemy. Thane took point as they disembarked, moving swiftly but cautiously through the alien terrain. "We're in. Keep it quiet and stay alert." Beck scanned the area with his handheld device. "Their patrols are light. They don't expect us here." Voss nodded, signaling the team to move forward. "That's their second mistake." Beck, status on the energy source. Beck checked his device. "Close. We need to move fast." Jax's eyes darted around, taking in the unfamiliar surroundings. "Commander, look at this. These Vorlian logs. They speak of a greater threat, something even they fear." Voss frowned, taking the device from Jax. "Interesting. We'll deal with that later. Right now, focus on the mission." Thane led the way, his eyes sharp and vigilant. "Energy source ahead. Minimal guards. This is too easy." Voss gave him a stern look. "Don't get complacent. Take them out silently." The team moved with practiced precision, neutralizing the guards without a sound. They reached the energy core, the pulsating, alien structure unlike anything they had seen. Beck's eyes widened as he examined it. "Commander, this core, it's biological." Voss looked at the core, a mix of curiosity and determination in her eyes. "We'll analyze it later. Plant the charges and prepare for extraction." Thane moved quickly, setting the charges with practiced ease. "Charges set. We're on a timer now." Voss gave the signal to retreat. "Good. Let's get out before they realize what's happening." Jax couldn't shake the feeling of unease. "Commander, what if these logs are true? What if there's something worse than the Vorlians?" Voss kept her focus on the mission. "One mission at a time, Jax. For now, we focus on survival and victory." Vec checked the extraction point on his device. Extraction point is clear. Let's move. Thane's voice was urgent as they made their way back. The Vorlians are waking up. We need to go now. Voss led the team back to the ship, their movements swift and coordinated. Vanguard unit, fall back. Mission accomplished. But this war is far from over. As they boarded their ship and prepared for takeoff, the weight of their mission settled over them. They had struck a critical blow against the Vorlians, but the revelations about a greater threat loomed large in their minds. Voss knew that their journey was far from over, and the challenges ahead would test their limits in ways they couldn't yet imagine. The ship lifted off, and as they soared back towards human territory, each member of the Vanguard unit reflected on the mission. They had proven that humans could stand against the Vorlians, but the road to victory was still long and fraught with danger. For now, they had to focus on the immediate task, returning home safely and preparing for whatever came next. Voss's thoughts were already on the future. We've done well today, but we need to be ready for what's next. Rest up, team. We have a lot more work to do. Thane nodded, his expression resolute. We'll be ready, Commander. Whatever it takes. Vec looked up from his device, determination in his eyes. We've got the skills, the tech, and the guts. They won't beat us. Jax, still processing everything, took a deep breath. I'll be ready, Commander. We all will. Voss gave them a nod of approval. Good. Remember, we're humanity's last hope, and we won't let them down. As the ship hurtled through space towards home, the Vanguard unit knew that their mission was just the beginning. The war was far from over, and the challenges ahead would test their courage, their resolve, and their humanity. But with each other, they believed they could face whatever came their way. The Resolute touched down softly in a secluded area within Vorlian territory. The team disembarked, each member on high alert as they moved silently through the alien landscape. The sky above was a dark, swirling mass of clouds, casting an eerie light on the ground below. Sergeant Thane led the way, his eyes sharp and vigilant. Stay close and keep quiet, he whispered, his voice barely audible. The team moved in a tight formation, their movements swift and coordinated. Lieutenant Beck, scanning their surroundings with his handheld device, spoke up. We're close to the energy core. Their patrols are sparse. They don't expect us. Commander Arya Voss nodded, signaling for the team to advance. Good. Let's keep it that way. Thane, take point. Beck, stay on the scanner. Jax, you're with me. The group navigated through the unfamiliar terrain, the alien flora glowing faintly in the darkness. As they neared their target, they encountered a small Vorlian patrol. Thane gestured for everyone to halt. Guards ahead. Minimal. We take them out silently. Voss gave the go-ahead, and the team sprang into action. Moving like shadows, they dispatched the guards without a sound. The path to the energy core was clear. Beck led the way, his device guiding them through a series of narrow passages until they reached a large, pulsating structure. The energy core. Beck's eyes widened in surprise. Commander, this core, it's biological. I've never seen anything like it. Voss inspected the core, her expression a mix of curiosity and determination. We'll analyze it later. Right now, we need to plant the charges and get out. Thane moved swiftly, setting the charges with practiced ease. Charges set. We've got 10 minutes. Let's move. As they prepared to leave, Private Jax's device beeped softly. He glanced at it, his face paling. Commander, look at this. These logs. They speak of a greater threat, something even the Vorlians fear. Voss took the device, her brow furrowing as she read the logs. This changes things. We need to get this information back to HQ. But first, we have to get out of here alive. The team started their retreat, moving quickly but cautiously. The Vorlian defenses were beginning to stir, their movements growing more erratic as they realized something was amiss. Thane led the way, his weapon at the ready. Beck kept an eye on his device. Extraction point is clear for now, but we need to hurry. The team moved with urgency, the weight of their mission pressing down on them. As they neared the extraction point, they encountered another group of Vorlian soldiers. This time, there was no option for stealth. Engage, Voss ordered, her voice firm and steady. The team opened fire, their advanced weaponry cutting through the Vorlian ranks. The battle was intense but brief, the humans' superior tactics and technology giving them the upper hand. As the last Vorlian fell, Thane signaled for the team to move. Go, 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 he shouted, covering their retreat. They reached the extraction point just as the charges detonated behind them, a massive explosion lighting up the sky. The Resolute was waiting, its engines running. The team boarded quickly, and the ship took off, leaving the chaos behind. As they ascended, Beck monitored the ship's systems. All clear. We're out of Vorlian space. Voss allowed herself a small sigh of relief. Good work, everyone. But we're not done yet. We need to analyze this data and figure out what this greater threat is. Jax, still catching his breath, nodded. Commander, what if these logs are true? What if there's something worse than the Vorlians? Voss looked at her team, her expression serious. One mission at a time, Jax. Right now, our priority is to get this information back to HQ. We'll deal with the rest when we have more intel. Thane, ever the pragmatist, added, we need to be prepared for anything. Whatever this threat is, we'll face it together. The journey back to human territory was tense but uneventful. The team used the time to rest and regroup, their minds already on the next steps. They had struck a critical blow against the Vorlians, but the revelations about a greater threat loomed large in their minds. Back at the Coalition of Terra's headquarters, the data from the Vorlian logs was analyzed meticulously. The findings were alarming. The logs spoke of an ancient, powerful entity known as the Zarkin, feared by the Vorlians for its immense destructive capabilities. The Zarkin had been dormant for centuries, but recent activities suggested it was awakening. Commander Voss and her team were summoned to a high-level briefing. The room was filled with top military officials and scientists, all looking grim. General Mercer, the Coalition's chief military strategist, addressed the room. The data retrieved by the Vanguard unit indicates a threat far greater than we anticipated. The Zarkin is real, and it's waking up. We don't have much time. Voss stepped forward, her voice steady. What do we know about this Zarkin? Dr. Ilara, the Coalition's leading scientist, responded. The Zarkin is an ancient being of immense power, capable of devastating entire star systems. The Vorlians have been monitoring its dormant state, but recent disturbances suggest it's beginning to stir. Lieutenant Beck interjected. If the Vorlians fear it, we should too. We need a plan. General Mercer nodded. Agreed. Commander Voss, your team has proven resourceful and resilient. We need you to lead a reconnaissance mission to gather more data on the Zarkin. Find out its current state and how much time we have. Voss accepted the mission without hesitation. We'll leave immediately. The Vanguard unit is ready. As they prepared for their next mission, the weight of their new task settled over them. The stakes were higher than ever, and the fate of humanity rested on their shoulders. Voss addressed her team, her voice filled with determination. We've faced the Vorlians and come out on top. This Zarkin might be a greater threat, but we're not backing down. We'll gather the intel, and we'll find a way to stop it. Together. Thane's eyes were resolute. Whatever it takes, Commander. Beck checked his equipment, a steely determination in his eyes. We've got the best tech, and we've got each other. We'll get it done. Jax, though still apprehensive, stood tall. I'm ready, Commander. We all are. With the new mission clear, the Vanguard unit boarded the Resolute once more, their resolve unshaken. As they ventured into the unknown, the bond between them strengthened, forged in the fires of battle and the shared determination to protect humanity at all costs. The journey to the Zarkan's location was fraught with tension. Each member of the team knew the importance of their mission, and the weight of their responsibility hung heavy. As they approached their destination, Beck's scanners picked up unusual readings. "Commander, we're detecting significant energy fluctuations ahead. It matches the data from the Vorlian logs." Voss nodded, her expression serious. "This is it. Prepare for reconnaissance. Thane, you're on point. Beck, keep the scanners running. Jax, stay alert." They disembarked, moving cautiously through the alien landscape. The air was thick with an eerie silence, broken only by the hum of the scanners. As they moved closer, the ground began to tremble slightly, the energy fluctuations growing stronger. Thane led the way, his weapon at the ready. "Stay close. We don't know what we're dealing with here." Beck's eyes were glued to his scanner. "The energy readings are off the charts. Whatever this Zarkan is, it's powerful." Suddenly, a loud rumble echoed through the area. The ground beneath them shook violently, and a massive structure emerged from the earth, pulsating with energy. The Zarkan. Voss's eyes widened. "There it is. We need to get closer, gather as much data as we can." As they approached the structure, a sense of foreboding washed over them. The Zarkan was unlike anything they had encountered. It radiated an ancient, malevolent energy, and the air around it crackled with power. Jax's voice was barely a whisper. "This thing, it's terrifying." Voss kept her focus. "Stay sharp. We need to find out its current state and how much time we have." They moved cautiously, scanning the structure and recording data. Beck's device beeped urgently. "Commander, the readings indicate it's in the early stages of awakening. We don't have much time." Voss nodded, her expression grim. "We've got what we need. Let's get back to the Resolute and report to HQ." As they made their way back, the ground shook again, and a deep, resonant roar echoed through the air. The Zarkan was waking up. Thane's voice was urgent. "We need to move, now." They sprinted back to the Resolute, the air around them growing more unstable with each step. As they boarded the ship, the ground beneath them began to crack and shift. Beck fired up the engines. "We're clear. Taking off now." The Resolute lifted off, the ground below them splitting open as the Zarkan emerged. Fully from its slumber, the sight was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. As they sped away, Voss contacted HQ. "Commander Voss to HQ. We have the data. The Zarkan is awakening. We need to prepare for an all-out assault."